The TV1 News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and thanks for joining us. This is TV1 News. The Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary held the dawn service early this morning to remember those policemen and women who have died in line of duty. The memorial service was held at the Bomana Police College in the nation's capital. September 29th is the day set aside every year to honor and remember policemen and policewomen who have died in the line of duty throughout Papua New Guinea, Australia and the Pacific region. In PNG, 2 police officers were remembered: the late Detective Constable Peter Tolpare, who was attached with the CID Fraud Squad of Madang Police Station in Madang Province when he passed away on October 25th, 2023, and late Sergeant Kopi Kanatupa passed away on January 28, 2024, while serving in Milne Bay Province. Also, 5 Australians and 2 Pacific police officers were remembered as well. Minister for Police Peter Shamalili Jr., the Police Commissioner and other heads of the police force of PNG, Australia and the Pacific attended the dawn service to pay their tribute as well. Minister Shamalili said Police Remembrance Day was first observed on September 29, 1989 to remember the courage, commitment and unwavering dedication of these police officers who have lost their lives while on duty.
Their legacy is one of honor, and their memory will forever be etched in our hearts. We stand with the families of the fallen comrades. As we reflect on their services, let us also acknowledge their families and loved ones who have endured the pain of loss. Your strength and support have been a source of inspiration, and we stand with you in solidarity.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and the morning, we will remember them.
The minister said these police officers stand as pillars of strength, facing danger with resilience and determination to serve their people. Therefore, it is timely that such occasion is hosted to remember them. Meanwhile, families and relatives of those who lost their lives joined the heads of the police force to pay their respect through the laying of wreaths. Meanwhile, a drill performance parade was presented by the 2023 Cadet officers soon after the dawn service. The Cadet officers were fully dressed in pre-independence uniform, showing resilience and determination as they entertained the heads of the police force, staff and families who attended the dawn service this morning. Here are the highlights. Commission of Inquiry into the RPNGC January 10th Civil Unrest Commissioner Justice Elinas Batari is calling on the RPNGC management to intervene and uplift the standard of the auxiliary police officers and village court officials in the country. Commission of Inquiry Commissioner Justice Batari said this after the Director of Community Policing, Chief Superintendent Sebron Papato, told the inquiry recently that the auxiliary police officers and village court officials are not given enough support from the police force. Batari said auxiliary police officers and the village court officials are the frontline law enforcers who take the bullets when disputes occur in the community. Therefore, the RPNGC management must intervene and give them the support to boost the important role they play in the community.
Practical reality of this, there are two groups of people who are frontliners in this law and order thing. One is the village court officials, and the other are these people, auxiliary police, village court plus peace officers.
Batari said these officers eat and live with the community, and they are the law enforcers who deal with disputes in the community almost every day. It is disheartening to hear that these officers are not given enough support, including not being properly paid. Batari clarified that village court officers are now slowly given the support they need after a continuous attempt was made to boost their sector. However, the auxiliary police officers are the officers who are currently in dire need of support.
Something good has happened to village court officials. I think something after complaints.
They are already on the payroll, sir?
Yeah, they were already in the payroll. I was one of those directly involved in pushing for that from the administration side before I became a judge. And now we have someone who's getting 40 kina a month since 1975, for example, who puts his body, his life, his family, time, and all at risk every day. A frontliner, you know, is supposed to go and tap someone on the shoulder, quietly stop doing that, you know. I'll take you into the police, and he gets rewarded with 40 kina.
Explaining further, Chief Superintendent Papato said the auxiliary police officers are currently being paid 40 kina monthly, which is not enough to cater for their everyday needs to carry on their responsibility as volunteer forces.
For 40 kina, they're happy with the 40 kina per month, or?
It has to be reviewed, sir.
Yeah.
That's for from 1975 up.
PNG Power has announced the implementation emergency load shedding across Port Moresby and Central Province, citing a shortfall in electricity generation. The outages lasting 3 to 4 hours began after Dirio Gas and Power suspended its electricity supply to PPL on September 27, 2024. PPL is in discussion with Dirio to resolve the issue, while also faced with broader economic challenges such as inflation, fuel price hikes, foreign exchange shortages, and unpaid electricity bills, which are straining its operation. PPL is working with the Marape-Rosso government, Common Consolidated Holdings, and multilateral partners to restore power and find long-term solutions. Prime Minister James Marape has requested the United Nations Secretariat to assist forest nations like Papua New Guinea advocate stronger forest preservation and climate financing to assist nations in their development aspiration. PM Marape made a special request to the United Nations Secretary General in a bilateral meeting on the margins of the UN General Assembly soon after participating in the high-level assembly debate where he delivered PNG country statement. Marape called on the UN General Assembly to preserve forests across the world, including Papua New Guinea.
Remind the world, the forest of PNG is a global asset It must be preserved at a price transferable to improving the lives of my forests. You cannot talk about climate change without conversation on forestry. They are the two sides to the same coin in conversations on climate change. And I call for others out there, especially those who have big carbon footprints. You have to do justice to planet Earth by doing your part, especially assisting us in the preservation of our forests.
Stay tuned. TVWAN News continues when we return.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Open net.
Hiya, Mama. You eat them, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggie, the taste PNG loves.
Superstition ain't the way.
Right across the nation, we eat snack crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Welcome back. Turning aboard, Indonesia, a country of 275 million and one of Australia's closest neighbors, is stepping up efforts to enforce a global ban on nuclear weapons. This week, it officially joined the United Nations Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, confirming its ratification of the pact along with Solomon Islands and Sierra Leone. Indonesia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said in a statement it could put moral and political pressure on nuclear weapon states to stop their development. The treaty now boasts almost 100 signatories amid rising tensions in the Asia-Pacific. Many smaller nations want the bomb banned before it's too late. For the deaf and hard of hearing community, connection often relies heavily on sign language, but only a tiny proportion of Australians know how to use Auslan. One group in Adelaide is hoping to change that by teaching more people to sign in a relaxed social setting.
When Gail and Neville Pittaway meet up with their mates at the pub, it's mostly silent, other than laughter. It's because they're chatting in Auslan. It's part of an initiative by an organisation in Adelaide where people can practice sign language in a social setting.
Oh, it's really great because I can go along to help other people who are learning sign language.
The group, Voices Off, brings together people who are deaf, hard of hearing and those who can hear, and gives everyone a chance to communicate, with options like pen and paper if you don't know a sign.
We wanted hearing people to feel like they had an easy access to the community to get involved, and then we wanted deaf people to feel like they had a deaf Auslan-friendly space where they could come, socialise, meet people.
We'd try to make it as accessible as possible for anyone of all fluency levels to come along, whether you're a native signer who's been signing since day dot or someone who has just had their first class yesterday.
Researcher Ramis McRae says without language tools like Auslan, people can experience loneliness or exclusion. He says groups like this can help to connect people.
The opportunity to socialise and communicate provides an opportunity to share information and awareness, to find out about deaf people's lives. I think that's really, really significant.
According to the 2021 census, more than 16,000 people around Australia regularly use Auslan. Advocates hope that groups like this one could help to increase that.
We need more hearing people to learn and pick up Auslan.
A call for more communication and connection.
Whether it's missing school or life experiences that other children take for granted, children living with chronic pain face many challenges, and with stigma surrounding their experiences, experts worry their main hurdle is just being believed.
Brianna loves spending time with her pets, but she's had to spend more time at home with them than she'd have liked.
Good girls.
Earlier this year, she made the difficult decision to defer Year 12 and the completion of her studies.
It was quite depressing at first, but when they all moved out to school, but I didn't. Good girls.
Missing out has been a feature of Brianna's life ever since she was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis shortly after birth.
Sometimes my disability puts me in hospital for a certain amount of time where I physically cannot attend.
Historically, Brianna has spent at least 2 months a year in hospital because of her chronic illness. She has probably had between 10 and 40% attendance throughout her life.
Technology and help from a robot has helped Brianna stay in school as much as possible. But even when she's there, there's still stigma to contend with.
They can be there at school, but the effort of being at school is taking all their concentration and energy, and they don't have anything left to actually listen to the lessons.
Brianna contributes to a worrying statistic. Chronic Pain Australia estimates 1 in 5 children live with chronic pain, and those who do miss out on an average of 22% of their schooling and struggle to be taken seriously by teachers and peers.
A lot of people in society think that chronic pain is just in a certain demographic. The long-term effects of chronic pain in childhood are quite staggering.
Treating chronic pain is also a challenge. Chronic Pain Australia says there are only 6 paediatric pain clinics across the country, and it wants the federal government to fund more. But the Health Minister isn't making any commitments and says the government is already funding a range of chronic pain initiatives for all ages.
Thousands of pregnant women in Australia can't afford food needed to keep themselves and their unborn children healthy. That's the conclusion of a University of Queensland study which found expectant mothers were regularly going hungry.
2 zeros.
Tiny clothes, cots and car seats. Welcoming a newborn is expensive. And for struggling mothers, Adelaide Charity Treasure Boxes provides essential supplies.
Compared to this time last year, we've had a 49% increase in the number of families coming to us for support. And these are families who have a mortgage and possibly have 2 stable jobs.
New research from the Queensland University of Technology has revealed just how difficult life has become for expecting mothers.
We surveyed 1,500 women across Australia while they were pregnant about their diet, and the most alarming thing that emerged was that 1 in 10 pregnant women are actually going hungry.
The research also found 2 in 5 expecting mothers are worrying about food, changing the quality of their diet, or eating less, with none of the participants getting their recommended nutrients.
It's linked to poor outcomes for children and can even be linked to chronic disease in later life. So if we don't do something now, then we're actually setting a whole generation of children up for poor health outcomes.
Many of the expecting mothers going hungry had never accessed food relief programs or food banks. Charities warn many don't know how to find help while others are too ashamed or too scared to ask.
There's also a bit of a fear that if they access some of those services and they're acknowledging going hungry and their children might be going hungry, children in the household may be removed.
Professor Galegas says Australia could learn from government programs in the US and the UK that supply nutritious food and supplements to pregnant women. In the meantime, she says there shouldn't be any shame in asking for help.
But if women are actually experiencing hunger or finding it difficult to put food on the table, they need to reach out as soon as possible. The longer you go without food, the more risk it is to themselves and to their babies.
The innocent victims of a cost of living crisis.
This is TV1 News. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Are you thirsty for more? Celebrate this independence with Pepsi's new look, same great taste, and lower than low prices. Only $2.20 in stores now. Includes Pepsi, Pepsi Max, 7-Up, Mirinda, Mountain Dew, Gold Spot, and Coca-Cola. Hurry to your nearest store for more.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want Flame Rice. New Flame Rice. Win him, Olgeta.
Scale Rise brings to you some Scale Indie vibes this independence. Cashing out a total of 300,000 Kina in prize money around PNG this independence. 4 fortnightly draws, 75 fortnightly winners, 300 total Scale Rise winners, and 1,000 Kina Scale Indie prize for every Scale winner. Here's how to enter the promotion. Buy any Scale or Ori Rice product, write your full name and contact details on the back of the store receipt, drop your entry into the entry box in store. For more information, either check in store or follow us on our Scale Rise PNG page. Terms and conditions apply. Scale Rise, and buy you like it.
Thanks for staying with us. Port Moresby Corporate Touch Competition 2024 completed its final playoffs today at the Murray Barracks Oval and set sight for the grand final next weekend.
The Port Moresby Corporate Touch Football 2024 is eyeing a big field day at the Murray Barracks next Sunday, October 6th, with grand final matches. The finals begin after a tough contest among over 10 corporate teams since the competition began in May 2024. Teams participated in 6 divisions representing various corporate organizations. Corporate Touch Football Games manager Linton Sogona gave a highlight of the matches and provided the finals format.
Okay, in each pool, depending on the number of teams we have in each pool. So in Pool A, we do the final format based on top 8 because of the number of teams they have. They have even numbers.
Port Moresby Corporate Touch Football has been in existence for a few years and will witness another grand final matches, which is a testament to another successful season. The games manager expressed that the tournament was a success this year. The tournament attracted a lot of interest from the corporate companies. Sogone said the tournament is expected to attract more teams in the 2025 season.
6 new teams we have this year who affiliate to corporate touch sport Mosby to take part this year. We hope to have some more coming in next year. A lot interest was shown by other companies to put their teams next year. So maybe going forward next year, we'll have more teams to add here to make up the numbers growing.
The competition, like any other corporate sports organized events in Port Moresby, provides an opportunity for companies to participate. This also promotes a healthy lifestyle through sports and improved networking among corporates. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
Meanwhile, the Port Moresby Corporate Touch competition has been the main competition where players are identified for national duties. Port Moresby Corporate Touch football games manager Vincent Sogone shared his views on the national team, adding that there is a lot of talent in the code. He said the PNG Touch team could have done well at the Touch Rugby World Cup in England in July 2024 if given ample time to prepare. However, Sogone said PNG's performances in the friendly matches showed their class and level of competency. He calls for better preparation for the next international outing.
When they are late, they are disqualified to take part in the Shenzhen match. But all the games are just like lead-up match. So those games that they played are not counted. Yes, yeah, they are good results. If only we have been there early, we'll give a good competition to other countries like Australia and New Zealand. In both Masters mix and unfortunately the Masters, the senior division didn't make it. Only the Open division went there. But if only the Open division went in early, they'll give a good competition to the elite teams.
The Springboks won the Rugby Championship for the first time in 5 years when they beat Argentina 48-7 in commanding fashion at Bombela Stadium on Saturday.
Springboks broke the Pumas' defense in the opening minute, following a deep line-out throw, and had them on the ropes for at least 6 minutes before the first try. They would eventually add 6 more tries on a wonderful celebration of Southern Hemisphere rugby. 3 second-half tries were not only a good reward for the Springbok faithful, but also a valuable lesson to the visitors, who allowed their lack of discipline to get the better of their skill set in the second half. But back to a brilliant Springbok first-half performance. Credit to Argentina, though. No team comes into the final match of a championship with a sniff to win it if they roll over easy in this Pumas side, who already beat Australia, New Zealand and South Africa this season. In the earlier match, the All Blacks finished their tournament with a come-from-behind 33-13 win over the Wallabies. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
That's it for sports, and now the weather forecast. Regional forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern region, isolated showers and thunderstorms with rain drizzle areas. Momasi region, isolated showers and thunderstorms. New Guinea Island region, isolated showers and thunderstorms becoming scattered tonight. And Highlands region, isolated showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain. And that wraps up the news tonight. Have a top week ahead. Bye now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, Our bank, our people.